magnetic properties of material. So based on the magnetic properties, Faraday has divided the material into three different categories. One is diamagnetic, one is paramagnetic, and another one is ferromagnetic. So we'll see one by one all this material. First we'll start with diamagnetic material. Now this is a type of material. Generally, if you take this type of material, they are actually slightly repelled by the magnets. So suppose you take a diamagnetic material bar and you put it in a certain magnetic field, then the field lines will repel from each other. So it means that this material is kind of repelled by the magnetic substance, and generally they would move from stronger field line to the weaker field line. Now what happens for the diamagnetic substances is they don't have dipole moment. There are no dipole moment, and since generally in general condition they don't have any dipole moment, so when they are placed in a magnetic field, they generate a very small dipole moment which is against, if this is the direction of magnetic field, then the dipole moment would be opposite direction of the magnetic field. So if they are kept at a magnetic field, they would develop a very small amount of dipole moment, and therefore since it's a opposite direction of magnetic field, they would feel the repulsion from this magnetic field. So that's how we see they feel this repulsive force by this magnetic field. The susceptibility is generally negative, very small negative. So we can just write this -1 to 0, and since the susceptibility for diamagnetic material is varies from -1 to 0, therefore we can say that the mu would vary from 0 to 1, right? And since these are the condition for diamagnetic material, and this type of material, suppose if you try to cool it for a very low temperature which is less than 10 Kelvin, if you try to cool it, then this type of material would produce, if you have less than 10 K temperature, diamagnetic material would produce something called superconductor. And this superconductor, suppose you keep a superconductor and you allow a magnetic field through it, what happens is this superconductor material, it will push out the magnetic fields, it will repel the magnetic fields out. And this particular case, this happens when the chi is actually -1 and mu is actually 0. This particular situation for a diamagnetic material, we see that it completely repels the magnetic field lines, and this is what is called Meissner effect. This is a very important effect that we see in a superconductor. So this is what is diamagnetic material. Now coming to paramagnetic material. This type of material, they are weakly attracted by a magnet. So suppose when we keep a paramagnetic bar near a magnetic field, we see that magnetic field lines gets concentrated through this paramagnetic material substance. It means that this substance get attracted by the magnetic field, and therefore they show a very weak, very small amount though these lines. So we see there is a weak attraction by the magnetic material. Paramagnetic materials, they have a very small dipole moment. They have permanent dipole moment which are very small, and when they are kept in a magnetic field, this dipole moment, what would happen to this dipole moment would be, they would be aligned with the magnetic field. Suppose this is the magnetic field direction B, then the magnetic dipole moment would also align in the same direction of the magnetic field B, and therefore they would increase the attraction, or such weak attraction would happen between the magnetic field and the paramagnetic substance. So generally what we see that the susceptibility is generally a positive value, which we saw negative for the diamagnetic substance. For paramagnetic substance, chi is positive, and the permeability mu is actually would be always greater than mu naught, whereas for diamagnetic mu was always less than mu naught. For this mu will be always greater than mu naught. And suppose you take this paramagnetic substance and you try to increase the temperature, we see it will follow, the susceptibility would follow a particular rule or particular this thing is susceptibility. If you try to decrease the temperature, the susceptibility will increase, whereas if you try to increase the temperature, the susceptibility will decrease. So that's how there is a law called Curie law, where it is found that the susceptibility of paramagnetic substance is given by C by T, where T is the absolute temperature. So what happens is, if you reduce the absolute temperature, the susceptibility of the material would automatically increase, and it will increase to a certain degree where the magnetization, as we know, susceptibility is nothing but magnetization by the magnetic intensity. So this magnetization would reach to a certain saturation point, suppose ms. Till then this chi value would start to increase when you decrease the temperature, or another way is when you try to increase the magnetic field. Suppose you just keep the temperature as it is, or you just try to decrease this magnetic intensity. Same way this chi also start to increase, but it would increase to a point where the magnetization gets saturated. It means that all the atoms of the substance have already been polarized or magnetized. So this is the Curie law that the paramagnetic substance would follow. Now coming to ferromagnetic material. This ferromagnetic materials, they are actually get very strongly attracted to magnets. So if you keep it inside, if these materials are kept inside a magnetic field, we see the very large amount of lines are allowed to pass through the material, and therefore they are very strongly attracted to the magnetic field, and they move from weak region to the strong region of the magnetic field lines. And this materials, they generally they have a small area or small chunk of the place, microscopic area, which is called as domain. And in this domain, the dipole, all the dipole moments, they get aligned in a same direction when you give an external magnetic field B. Otherwise, particularly a domain would have a different direction, all the dipole moments would be aligned. But when you give a particular magnetic field, all the dipole would get aligned in this particular direction, and therefore it will add up immensely, and therefore ferromagnets are strongly attracted to the magnetic field. Some of such ferromagnets, even if you remove this magnetic field, even they would be still they would attract, or they would be magnetized, and such magnetic fields are such magnetic substances are called hard ferromagnetic. And when you certain ferromagnets are there which suddenly, when you just remove the magnetic field, they would again come back to this position, which is unmagnetized position. So such would material will be called as soft ferromagnetic material. So we have two types, hard ferromagnets and soft ferromagnets. Whereas hard ferromagnets, even if you have removed the magnetic field, they would still be remaining as magnetized. Whereas the soft magnetic field, when you remove the magnetic field, it will come back to its previous position. Now generally what happens, the ferromagnets also follow Curie's law, which is C by T, that is when the temperature increases, the susceptibility will decrease. So it would go, the same rule would be followed to a certain temperature, which is called Curie temperature. Curie temperature known as TC. So what happens if you still increase the temperature beyond this particular temperature? The ferromagnet substance would convert themselves to a paramagnetic substance. So they would start behaving like a paramagnetic substance after a certain temperature called Tc, when you increase the temperature slowly for a ferromagnet, and that's how the susceptibility is decreasing. And when the Curie temperature is reached, the phase would be a paramagnetic phase of the ferromagnetic substances, and then they would follow a particular rule, which is chi equal to C by T minus Tc. This is called Curie-Weiss law. So in the paramagnetic phase of the ferromagnetic substance, they would follow this rule, where we see that after a critical temperature Tc, which is a Curie temperature, there is a phase shift from ferromagnet to a paramagnet, and the material would shift to a paramagnetic phase. For the ferromagnetic substances, the susceptibility is actually very high, and it's a positive value, and mu is also very high, approximately to the power of 10 power 3. So that is why, because the chi as well as mu, the permeability as the susceptibility is very high, therefore ferromagnets are highly attracted to the magnets.
If you like the video, then press the like button, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon.